Wakey wakey. I don't think I'll ever get over just how beautiful you are when you're asleep. It's quite the sight, really. It's too bad you'll never get to see how you look yourself. How unfortunate. Well, I'll be the first to admit it. I didn't expect you to be out for so long, but to be honest, it all worked out fairly well. I was able to move all of our stuff into the safe house with relative ease all by myself, while you were in here resting. So that's all taken care of. It's just one less thing that we have to worry about. All I have left to do is unpack everything and set up our rooms. So, unfortunately, that means that we'll be staying in this room for the night, and you're going to stay in that chair for the rest of the night. You'll be pleased to hear that I've loosened your bonds so that you may become more comfortable, but not enough that you may walk around the room freely yet. I'm sorry that the place looks so barren right now, and I hope that it doesn't disappoint you too much, dear. But there's only so much lifting and moving around I can do in a day. I haven't even had the chance to rest myself yet. Even after our crazily long drive over here. I'm sure you'd understand it if I took a break for the night and rested until the morning. Besides, I figured I could give you a little bit of company as you've been asleep for the last couple of hours. Maybe we can catch up a bit? It has been a while since we've been able to chat as a normal couple. All I've been able to do for the last couple of days is admire you, and while that certainly is wonderful, I think I'd like to get to know you more. Well, more than I already do, and the same goes for you. I hardly doubt you know anything about me, but then again, I really haven't had the time to tell you too much about myself. You have my word that tonight will be the only night that you'll have to be bound to that chair. It's, for safety reasons, of course. I'd let you lie down or walk around freely, but I'm not so sure about what you would try to do to me if I were to fall asleep. Or rather, where you would attempt to go, without my attention being fixated on you. Your little stunt from a few nights ago really has me questioning your loyalty to me. But all of that aside, I'm more interested in you. How do you feel? I'd have to assume that you're well rested above all else, no? I had to. I admit, I lied to you. I said that I wouldn't need to drug you anymore, but I'm not entirely sure that I can trust you not to run away like you did the last time. I felt awful when I had to hurt you back then, and I don't want to have to do anything like that ever again. So if that means that I have to go back on my word, and that I have to sedate you whenever you aren't tied down or locked in a room, I will. Even if that means that you'll temporarily resent me. You'll learn to love me again. I'm sure of it. Plus, with everything that's been going on, I've been quite tense lately. And for your own safety and my own sanity, I felt as though it would just be better if I had drugged you again, eliminating the chance of you running away completely. I don't understand why, but everyone thinks that once we get to the safe house, that they'll have a better opportunity to escape from me than what they did before. Is it the woods? The open air and the feeling of not being contained anymore? Or is it just out of pure excitement from finally arriving at our destination? The thought of being able to spend all day and night with each other without the interruptions of others has me feeling excited. Is it the same for you? Was it the same for them? Anyways, I'm sure you're hungry right now. You've been mostly asleep for the last few days, and I apologize deeply for that. I'll make you something nice sometime soon to make up for it. A nice home-cooked meal every once in a while sounds like a treat right about now. Especially with all of the excitement surrounding us the last couple of days. Moving houses, running away from the police, and a couple more things that I'm not entirely proud of. But it's all in the name of love. I only wish that you would recognize that everything I've done this far has been out of love for you. But you seem to be stuck on all of the negative things that have happened recently. I'm worried that you're only growing further and further apart from me, and that all of my efforts to make you feel comfortable and safe have backfired immensely. Are you scared of me? I sure hope not. I would feel terrible if that were the case. I'm getting off track. Sorry. Whether you're scared of me or not, it is obvious that you do love me. I haven't really given you a reason not to love me. I mean, I've been keeping you safe, well fed, I've given you a place to live, and I've given you all of my attention. I don't know a single person who wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that. I'm just overthinking things is all. If my actions have scared you, I apologize. I've just been trying so hard to bring you to this place so that we can live out the rest of our lives together. And when people try to interrupt or tamper with those plans of mine, I can get really defensive, as you have witnessed. You know, I can't seem to move on from a few nights ago. Killing those people, I'm worried that if what I did back there to your friends actually made you grow more distant from me than what you were beforehand. And we were getting so close, too. Please understand that I only did what was best for us. Even if they were your friends, just forget about them. They're gone. There is nothing we can do to bring them back. They were just delving into a situation that wasn't theirs to begin with. And they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, I had to be the one to reprimand them for that. You didn't need them anyways. They could never treat you the way that I can. You are much better off staying here with me than you could ever be with them. They probably would have stabbed you in the back at some point, as all so-called friends do. I know how that feels. It hurts, especially when it's done by someone you trust, by someone you love deeply. They would have been fine too if they didn't decide to barge into my house anyways. I was originally planning on letting them go, but they took it too far, and so did I. But I'd like to think of it as me just defending my home and my family. The strangest thing is that I've done all of this before, but for some reason, I can't seem to get over it. The only thing different between the previous times I've dealt with intruders and now is that I wasn't really prepared to have 3 people enter my home without any notice. It was quite the shock, really. I suppose I feel somewhat sad for you as well, as they were your friends. I didn't want to harm them, but they were too persistent. I just need to stop thinking about it. Sorry for rambling about it, darling. I'm sure you would like to not be reminded about the deaths of your friends, just as much as I would like to forget that my hands have been stained by their blood. But now that we're here, I suppose we won't ever have to worry about anyone else showing up unexpectedly anymore. Or about anyone showing up in general. That's a relief. I can finally start focusing on you and our relationship, instead of focusing on how to get away with murder, and figuring out where you and I will run off to next. Chances are that no one will even think of looking here, and if they do, we'll just lock them out of the house and act as if no one is home. I know it sounds bad living in seclusion like this, but if I ever get caught, I'd like to keep the amount of people that I've taken care of to a minimum. You know, I've been thinking an awful lot about what would happen to you, and to me, us really, if we were ever found out. What would become of us if I were to be locked in a cell for presumably the rest of my days? Would you feel sad for me? If we were ever approached by someone, say a friend, would you say that we are dating? Or would you attempt to have them help you get me arrested, so that you can leave me to rot in a cell by myself for the rest of my life? Nothing. I'm guessing that you're still a little angry with me for drugging you again. I don't blame you one bit, but you should try to lighten up a little bit. Just look at everything we've accomplished. The last month or so has been hectic, but now we can just hang out and do whatever we want to together without worrying or stressing out about anything. But I do wonder what you would do. Would you come and visit me, or would you be happy that I'm gone and choose to stay as far away from me as you could? Either way, I highly doubt I'll ever get found out, and even if I did get found out, I don't think that I would let them take me away anyways, if you get what I'm saying. Although it is entirely possible that one day my misdeeds are found out, All good things have to come to an end, of course, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I do hope to gain your full devotion and appreciation sometime before that happens. When I do finally feel like you love me, and that you'd like nothing more than to be with me, I'd like to take you out somewhere nice. Maybe we can go on a date of some sort. Right now I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I've got ways to make you love me again. Whether I'll have to use them or not is entirely up to you, though. But seeing that you're somewhat angry with me at the current moment, it's not very promising. I'm sure you'll feel better by tomorrow, or maybe after I make you some food. Speaking of which, I think I'll take care of that right now. How does pizza sound? It sounds good to me. Alright, well, I'll leave you here then. I'll go upstairs and get a start on dinner. I would appreciate it if you would try to relax a bit. The hard part is over with. Now we can do whatever we want to, and be completely free from the outside world. As far as I see it, we've accomplished so much together, and we can finally begin to develop our relationship. I'll be back down here in a little bit. Rest easy.